Listen, y'all just gonna have to accept me as I am today, and I got a lot going on. Today at 5 o'clock starts my vacation. I ain't got no Zoom meetings, so this is what I look like. Plus, I got the lawn man up on my roof cleaning the fallen leaves off of my roof, and they're right outside my window right here. So, yeah. But I got some things I need to say. I got some things that I need to bring to y'all's attention. Hold on, let me put some earrings in my ears, so at least I can look a little feminine. Okay, let's talk. This is Charles McGonigal. He is the ex-FBI counterintelligence chief. And he has been charged and arrested and has now been found guilty and sentenced to 4 years in prison because he was found to be working with a Russian oligarch.
FBI counterintelligence official is under arrest here in New York for allegedly trying to help get a Russian oligarch off the sanctions list and also dig up dirt on his political opponent. Charles McGonigal is one of the highest-ranking former FBI officials ever charged with a crime. He has pleaded not guilty. Our Kara Scannell joins us now to talk about this. One thing that I think is also really interesting, Kara, is that he used to supervise investigations into Russian oligarchs, then went to allegedly work for and get paid a lot of money by Oleg Deripaska.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crux of this charge right here, right? So this is the former top official running the New York FBI field office counterintelligence operation, preeminent position in the Bureau. Now, he is charged with violating money laundering and sanctions laws because of work he did once he left the Bureau. He started working for Oleg Deripaska. He is a sanctioned Russian oligarch because of his close ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin. And what authorities say is that, you know, as you said, he supervised investigations into oligarchs, including into Deripaska, and then immediately went and started working for him after he retired. They say that he was hired to dig up dirt on a rival of Deripaska's, and that he hid this relationship by using a shell company and forging signatures to try to keep the path away from him so no one could detect this. But that wasn't just it. He was also charged yesterday by prosecutors in Washington, D.C. with failing to disclose $225,000 payment he received from a former employee of an Albanian intelligence agency, and that payment was while he was still in that top post at the Bureau.
Wow, while he was still doing this work.
He was still in charge of counterintel. He received this payment, and he also, according to the indictment, failed to disclose trips he took to Europe with this individual who was a former intel official in Albania, and also failed to disclose meetings he had with the Albanian prime minister and other politicians overseas. That's all required when you work for the FBI, particularly in that position with that type of clearance.
And he's pleaded not guilty, but he could be facing, if convicted, what?
Oh, if convicted of the most serious charges, he could face a statutory maximum of 20 years in prison.
Now, that news report from CNN, that was done back in December 2022 or January 2023. Since that time, he has been charged, he has been tried, and on yesterday, he was sentenced. Now, they report that story by saying that immediately after he left the Bureau, he hooked up with these Russian oligarchs and started to work with these Russian oligarchs. I want to see a show of hands down in the comment section. How many of you believe that he quit the Bureau or retired from the Bureau and then boom, smack, smash, all of a sudden he started working with Russian oligarchs? Or had he been working with Russian oligarchs while he was working for the Bureau? I'm going to go with the latter. He was working with Russian oligarchs while he was working at the Bureau. Now, here is one of my biggest problems with news media. There's always some very important detail about a case that they just seem to not tell. They omit it for some reason. So I always go and check out other news sources to see what it is that they are saying about this news subject. I did just that with this, and this is what I found. CNN didn't think it important to include this into their news reporting. This man, who is the ex-FBI counterintelligence chief, he retired. And as soon as he retired, he started working for Russian oligarchs based on CNN's news recording. Based on my gut feeling, he has been working with Russian oligarchs while he was the counterintelligence chief for the FBI. And this man was involved in the Russia investigation. Y'all remember when Donald Trump was being investigated for Russia collusion? This man was a part of the team that was investigating that. The Russia collusion investigation that Robert Mueller was a part of. I guess he was the chief investigator, where they came back with some bullshit ass story where he was going to let Congress make the final decision, and nobody ever charged Donald Trump for anything in regards to Russia collusion. CNN thought this huge piece of information wasn't important and should be a part of their report. If this man retired and went immediately to work with Russian oligarchs who were tied closely to Putin, and this man was a part of the Russia collusion investigation, I just thought y'all would like to know this. Yeah, I'm going to leave it here. I just thought y'all would like to know this. Yeah. I'll see y'all later.